What's up, YouTube? Jay Evans here again with another video. I know it's been a while, but I just saw a video that bothered me a little bit. It didn't really bother me. I agree with a lot of Candace Owens' talking points. We get it. George Floyd was a criminal, or he had a criminal past. But I don't like when the media, whatever a black man say, gets killed, and then we justify it by digging up his past. And they did the same thing with Ahmed Arbery, and they did the same thing with that dude that got shot in his apartment. I don't I don't understand how we can equate a man's criminal record to him being a terrible person. And I get it. We shouldn't associate his face with justice, but at the same time, it's not okay for our the people who are supposed to be protecting and serving us um killing us in the street. That doesn't make sense. Was he wrong for being on drugs in the middle of the corner store? Yes, the fuck he was. There's no reason why you should be on drugs in a corner store. But to say, oh, we shouldn't be celebrating this. We shouldn't be celebrating Derek Chauvin killing him in the street either. We should none of this. We should be looking at all the talking points and going, damn, you know what? This man has a criminal past. Well, I don't understand why, they kill a black person in the street. They bring up the criminal past for fucking what? What does it matter if he fucking did something in the past? I get it. That means that he's not as clean as people thought he was. I get that. But if it was some shit a couple years back, what the fuck does that have to do with somebody dying in the middle of the street like a dog? Let's be as logical as possible about this. Again, he was hopped up on something. He was definitely wrong for that. He had a counterfeit $20 bill, which they never brought up again. I'm not even sure if the bill was counterfeit again. I gotta double check. But I don't understand that. We're worried about everything else other than the fact that he was killed in the middle of a street like a dog. When somebody says I can't breathe, please get off of me. And they say it multiple times. Why are we worried about everything else other than the fact that he was killed in the middle of the street? If this was an Asian person holy shit, you think what? Would we have questioned his criminal past if he had one? This is the problem with that I have personally with watching news. I don't need the news telling me who the fuck I should hate from who I shouldn't hate. I walk past a cop, I say hello if I feel like it. I don't have to hate a cop. I don't have to hate a white person. I don't have to hate an Asian person. I don't need the media. That's why I don't watch news. The news tells you who to like, who to fear, this, that, and the third. This is the problem with people. Now people are watching Candace Owens. Again, her talking points are valid. He does have a criminal record and blah, blah, blah. But what does that have to do with an officer who swore an oath to serve and protect? What does that have to do with him killing somebody in the middle of the street in broad daylight? I don't I on a logical I'm being as logical. I'm taking all of my emotions out of this. I don't care if he was black. I'm taking that shit out. I don't care. Why is it that we're dodging everything? We're dodging the bigger problem at hand and bringing up somebody's past. Killing somebody in the middle of the street is never okay, regardless of whether they had a checkered past or not. That does not make sense. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what. And I try to take color out of things as much as possible, but it doesn't make sense. Why is it when Derek Chauvin was murdered? I mean, murdered fucking George Floyd. Obviously, we now know George Floyd isn't the cleanest. That's like the black guy in the wheelchair now, who's now in the wheelchair. He reached down for a knife. If you reach for a knife and you're in front of fucking police and you expect not to get shot after they verbally commanded you about 8 to 10 times to get the fuck on the ground, your family screaming, get down, that dude deserved to get shot because he also reached for that knife. But yet there were protests. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. There were protests. If you reach for a knife in front of a gang of police officers after they told you and he had like some type of sexual assault charge out on him, he deserved to get shot. You don't reach for a knife in front of cops after they tell you multiple times, get the fuck down. And you have sexual assault charge. So you're in a wheelchair for life. You deserve that shit. But George Floyd on drugs, he deserved to be detained. And he had a counterfeit $20 bill. He deserved to be detained, but when somebody says, "Hey, I can't breathe," why don't you in your head go, "Damn, I'm here to serve and protect. Let me just ease up on him. He's already in handcuffs. Ain't shit he could do. He's on his face. Now he's murdered. Now this idiot's in prison for what? For all he had to do was get up." And then we're bringing in this man's past, talking about he's not as clean as we thought he was. No shit. No shit. No shit. And we keep harping on that as if that's supposed to like cancel out the fact that he got murdered in the street like a dog. What country do we live in? Can it? I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. I'm out.